Most dogs I work with don't have behavioral problems. They have owners. People think as a dog trainer, I work with dogs. I used to think that too. Then I met the owners. My students still believe it when they enroll. One of my favorite moments is telling them, "That's adorable," and completely wrong. Watching the hope leave their eyes, beautiful. Like a Disney movie, but for disappointment. Sure, I analyze dogs, body language, stress signals, patterns, but at least half my job is analyzing humans. Funny, because no one ever books me like, "Hi, can you come over and observe my personality in its natural habitat?" And yet here we are. A normal session starts with one simple question. So, what does a normal day look like for your dog? And that's where the conversation stops being about the dog. My client, let's call her Carol, goes, "Great question, let me start with my toothpaste." Which means the toothpaste she uses, why she changed it, and what that says about her inner child, who apparently has very sensitive gums. And then, without me asking, thermomics, and I'm invited to a sales party. That's customer engagement. It's a bold move to pitch me kitchen appliances while your dog is actively trying to amputate my left boot. Also, I don't understand thermomics. I do understand Uber Eats. With the thermomics, you still have to cook yourself. So it's basically a pot with ambition. Anyway, back to the dog. He's in the room, mentally, not the owner. In return, the dog is physically very present with me, still repeatedly trying to bite my shoe. And don't worry, that's normal. Not the shoe biting part. The owner mentally clocking out the second I walk in. It's like, "Oh my God, finally, an adult." And suddenly I'm not just training the dog, I'm holding custody of common sense. I'm the stepmom of logic. So far I've never been bitten by a dog. My clothes have. My wardrobe has PTSD. Usually right after the classic, "He won't do anything." Or my personal favorite, "Oh, he's never done that before," said seconds before history is made. I love premieres. So I calm the dog, I do my thing, and Carol keeps talking and talking. 20 minutes in, I know about the husband's erectile dysfunction. That's a level of openness I respect, just never requested. My intake form says pulling on the lead, not Michael's engine won't start in cold weather. Wrong kind of leash problem. But then it clicks. I know this type. No, not the husband. The oversharer, the walking podcast. A person who doesn't have conversations, they have monologues with a captive audience. Even without a dog, you meet them. You say, "Good morning," in a lift, and they go, "It was good, until my mother sent me that message. Do you want to see it?" They know you don't care. They just don't give a shit. And they don't overshare because you are so close. They overshare because you have a face. That's the qualification. Eye contact, consent. Blinking, participation. So today's episode is in full swing. At some point, there's a pause. Not because Carol's finished, just because her body needs oxygen. In that pause, I explain the exercise. 2 sentences, max. That's all I get before the next episode drops. So we start the practical part, at least I do. She nods, very encouraging, very go team, and then she starts talking again and forgets what she was supposed to do. So I explain it again, a little slower. She goes, "Oh, by the way, I started yoga." Great, love that for her. And without warning, she demonstrates a yoga move on the wet lawn in front of me, holding dried liver treats. It is not the exercise I just showed her. So now we've got me doing training, her doing whatever this is, and the dog trying to figure out what the rules are. He steps back, confused. Good instinct, smart creature. But I don't give up. So I slip into this sing-song voice, which makes me sound like the villain in a children's audiobook. "Oh, marvelous human, do continue. While you narrate every unnecessary detail, your dog noble and painfully competent, will quietly fix what you are failing to manage. Low budget production. You hear yourself and think, what the fuck am I doing here? And then you remember, right, I'm getting paid. So I dance the exercise, I use my whole body. The only thing louder than Carol's life story is my physical commitment to being understood. My mom was right about the ballet classes. Apparently a bit too right, because Carol joins in. She sways along towards me, one step, another. At one point, she's so close I can smell her breath. Obviously, not just her dog is into liver traits. She keeps swaying, telling me her neighbor, Marcus, has turned his garage into a bar. Honestly, genius! In a bar you can fake your own death, or suddenly remember that you don't drink anymore. In my job, I have to stay and go, wow, and how does that make the dog feel? But before Carol can open her mouth again, I stop dancing and just do it with the dog myself. He gets it. Immediately, correctly, calm. Great dog. That's the moment Carol stops talking. Finally. I hold my breath. For half a second, Sing Hallelujah starts playing in my head. She looks at her dog. She looks over at me. We look at each other. And then she looks down at my left boot and says, have you tried waterproof spray?